All right, here we go for part 3. The old girls together. The old girls together. I guess for this one, I'll kind of I'll just do a summary and a recap because a lot has changed since video 2. But the thing runs, it absolutely flies. But man, when they tell you putting a dirt bike frame in a quad, or I'm sorry, a dirt bike engine in a quad doesn't vibrate that much, yeah, they're full of it. This thing vibrates like a freaking son of a gun. So I guess I'll start with that. It vibrates a lot. And so I rubber mounted the handlebars, kind of just a half-ass, cut some coolant hose in half and rubber mounted the handlebars. And then I also rubber mounted the steering stem to the frame, which you can see right there. And it did knock down the vibration, so at least it's rideable. But when they were hard mounted, you could not even ride it. I mean, it's bad. So I'll start with that. I'm gonna look into an aftermarket stem and some anti-vibe bars and see if that doesn't fix it up. But yeah, they vibrate like crazy. But anyway, the thing runs. I ended up going with the Suzuki sided original left-hand side exhaust. This is a Kenny Roberts pipe that I had to modify to fit on the Yamaha, and you know, not my best work on the welding, but you know what, whatever, for now it'll work. I actually ended up ordering a brand new from Yamaha Airstriker 38 with all the electronics, with the throttle position sensor and with the power jet solenoid, because the carb I sourced from eBay did not work very good, and it was missing the rubber tip on the power jet solenoid, and that power jet solenoid you can buy separate, but that is like $150 by itself, and I was able to get the whole carb from Babbitt's for $305, so I just did that. Anyway, there is the solution for the intake manifold that kicks off to the driver's side. There's a little aluminum tube that I cut and was able to reposition the carburetor in a way that is now a straight shot and away from the exhaust. So I did that, finished the exhaust, rebuilt the top end of the motor with a brand new, with a Yamaha B factory sized piston. Cleaned up the power jet, the power valves and everything, made sure they're operational. I had to modify the gear shifter. And so the bottom half of the gear shifter is YZ250. So it bolts to the motor, which you can see there. And then the second half is LT250. I had that welded up, and it is actually positioned pretty much perfectly. It shifts awesome like that. So yeah, that was trying to think of where we left off from part 2, but it was finishing the exhaust, got the motor mounts all in. Oh, of course, had to run the electronics, you know, just the Yamaha CDI. Yamaha CDI, Yamaha coil, Yamaha kill switch right here. And then that allowed me to run the electronics on the carb for the throttle position sensor and the power jet solenoid, which I just mentioned. And allows me to run the YZ250 in the 3D map, which is pretty sweet. The bike has a lot of power. Then I also needed to run a YZ250 clutch perch, 2018 clutch line, YZ250 factory Yamaha clutch line. That goes down obviously into the clutch cover. And I mean, it's really nice, really nice. So that's new, the clutch line's new. Other than that, everything else that I talked about in the past 2 videos is the same. Plenty of room for the Kickstarter, which is cool. Oh, it's got a lot of compression. Kickstarter tucks away nicely, clears the plastic. Radiator hoses all mount to factory locations, which is pretty cool to think about how well those fit. What else? Man, I think that's it. The swap was pretty simple. For now, I gotta, the gearing. I had to change the gearing big time to try to match the dirt bike gearing. So I went down to a 37 on the rear sprocket, brand new non-O-ring chain, and yeah, she's a ripper. She's a ripper. So I'll see if I can get it fired up real quick. Pretty wicked. I'll get some ride video next time. I gotta figure out how to turn the vibes down though. Thing vibrates like crazy. Talk to you guys later. Enjoy. Okay, first start of the day here. LT250.